After an innocent man, spent 12 years in prison for something he did not commit, he got to be looking for something.
Prepare yourself to embark on a journey, venturing into the unbelievable and extraordinary stories of 10 resilient individuals who, against all odds, survived the ominous shadow of death row. Each tale offers a unique perspective, shedding light on the astounding strength of the human spirit. These narratives are not for the faint of heart. They're a testament to tenacity, hope, and the ceaseless pursuit of justice. Chapter 1. Wilbert Lee's Miraculous Freedom. Imagine yourself facing the most ominous sentence, death row. Now, imagine the miracle of being set free. This was the reality for Wilbert Lee. In the year 1963, in the sun-soaked state of Florida, Lee found himself embroiled in a nightmare. Accused of a crime, he was hurled headfirst into a whirlwind of legal proceedings, culminating in the dreadful pronouncement of a death sentence. Fear, frustration, and despair were his constant companions as he was stripped of his freedom. Locked away from the world, Lee had nothing but time. Time to contemplate the circumstances that had led him to that cold, hard cell. Time to hope for a miracle that seemed as distant as the free world outside his tiny window. Lee's initial appeals were fruitless, his pleas falling on deaf ears, but he never wavered in his claims of innocence. Years rolled on, and just when it seemed that the odds were stacked against him, destiny took an unexpected turn. Freddie Pitts, another man who found himself in a similar situation, joined forces with Lee. Both men held steadfast to their declarations of innocence, their voices echoing through the desolate corridors of the prison. Their tenacity caught the attention of the outside world, and their story began to unravel in the public eye. In 1975, their case was revisited when new evidence surfaced, compelling enough to cast a shadow of doubt over their conviction. The revelation sparked a flurry of legal proceedings, and after enduring 12 grueling years on death row, a glimmer of hope emerged. Supported by the determined efforts of their legal team, relentless investigative journalists, and advocates, a major breakthrough occurred. Their convictions were overturned. Lee, along with Pitts, walked out of the prison a free man. The world watched in stunned disbelief as these two men, once destined to die, embraced their newfound freedom. Wilbert Lee's story is a testament to the power of hope, the pursuit of truth, and the resilience of the human spirit. It's a story of a man who faced the unimaginable, survived, and emerged victorious, an epitome of grit and fortitude. A miraculous freedom indeed, a reminder that even when plunged into the darkest corners of despair, there is always a flicker of light, a promise of dawn. As we delve deeper into the other equally astonishing stories of survival, let's keep Wilbert Lee's courage at the forefront, a beacon of inspiration. And remember, the unbelievable is often just a heartbeat away from the possible. Chapter 2. The Extraordinary Saga of Kirk Bloodsworth. Envision yourself as an honorably discharged Marine who held up the very pillars of justice and freedom. Suddenly, your world is upended when you are cast as the lead antagonist in a tragic story. This was the chilling reality for Kirk Bloodsworth. The year was 1984. The state of Maryland bore witness to a crime followed by an intense hunt for the perpetrator. Bloodsworth, a former Marine with no previous criminal record, found himself in the crosshairs of this investigation. Despite maintaining his innocence, the wave of evidence presented seemed insurmountable. The jury's verdict was the harshest conceivable, a trip to death row. Yet, within Bloodsworth, a fiery determination began to kindle. Behind the bars, his conviction unwavered. He took every opportunity to proclaim his innocence and appealed for justice. And in a world where hope seemed bleak, a turning point surfaced in the form of a book. Not just any book, but one that described the innovative use of DNA in solving crimes. Bloodsworth, consumed by the desire for justice, seized upon this ray of hope. Armed with newfound knowledge, he petitioned the court to reconsider his case, employing this pioneering technology. His perseverance bore fruit when, in 1992, the court ordered a DNA test of the evidence from the crime scene. The results were groundbreaking. The DNA did not match Bloodsworth's. The man who had spent nearly a decade under the grim specter of death row was innocent. Bloodsworth made history by becoming the first American on death row to be exonerated based on DNA evidence. His release in 1993 was not just an end to his personal nightmare, but a new chapter in the annals of criminal justice. His journey didn't end at exoneration. With his newfound freedom, Bloodsworth chose to devote his life to those still battling their wrongful convictions. He became a prominent advocate for the wrongly accused, transforming his ordeal into a beacon of hope for others. The tale of Kirk Bloodsworth is indeed extraordinary. From a man sentenced to death, he emerged as a harbinger of change in the justice system. His story is not just a saga of personal victory, but a testament to the power of scientific advancements in ensuring justice. As we navigate through the astounding narratives of survival, Bloodsworth's story serves as a potent reminder of the transformative power of hope and innovation. In the face of adversity, the human spirit can ascend to great heights, catalyzing change and championing truth. And in Bloodsworth's words, it doesn't matter how you start, but how you finish. Unquestionably, his extraordinary saga continues to resonate, inspiring change and offering hope to many. Chapter 3. Sabrina Butler, A Mother's Fight for Life. In the annals of extraordinary tales of survival against the odds, the story of Sabrina Butler shines with unparalleled intensity. This young Mississippi mother found herself thrust into a nightmare, a trial that would push her to the very limits of despair, and then, miraculously, to the realm of the impossible, survival. In the spring of 1989, Butler's life was turned upside down when she was charged and later convicted for an act she never committed. The grief of losing a child was compounded by the horror of being blamed for it. A swift trial, a determined prosecution, and an ill-prepared defense led to the unthinkable. Sabrina was sentenced to death row. Surrounded by the cold, harsh walls of her cell, Sabrina found herself walking the tightrope between desolation and determination. With every passing day, she gathered strength from the memories of her child, using them as fuel to fight for justice. Her journey was marred by seemingly insurmountable challenges, but Sabrina did not let them quench her spirit. Her voice echoed through the confines of her prison cell, reaching out to anyone who would listen. And listen they did. The tide began to turn when her case caught the attention of advocates who believed in her innocence. They rallied around her, buoying her hopes with their unwavering faith and relentless pursuit of justice. After years of arduous legal battles, in 1995, Sabrina's conviction was overturned due to new evidence and inconsistencies in the prosecution's case. The gavel fell, and with it came the sweet words she'd longed to hear. Sabrina was a free woman, but the victory was not just hers. Sabrina became the first woman in the United States to be exonerated from death row, setting a precedent for other innocent women trapped in the harrowing web of wrongful convictions. Today, Butler has transformed her traumatic experience into a powerful narrative of survival and resilience. She works tirelessly to reform a system that once failed her and advocates for those who, like her, have found themselves at the mercy of a system skewed against them. Sabrina Butler's story is more than a tale of personal triumph. It's a testament to a mother's love, a love so powerful that it could weather the harshest storm, scale the highest wall, and stare down the face of death, only to emerge victorious. As we delve further into these heart-stirring narratives, let Sabrina's story be a reminder of the immense strength that lies within each of us. The strength to fight, to survive, and ultimately to triumph in the face of the unimaginable. The strength of a mother's love that lights the way, even in the darkest of nights. Chapter 4. Nick Yaris, The Power of Words. Venture now into the compelling narrative of Nick Yaris, a man whose journey through the labyrinth of justice was marked by resilience, perseverance, and most importantly, the power of words. In 1982, Yaris found himself ensnared in a web of accusations. His world, once filled with the commonplace sights and sounds of everyday life, was replaced with the chilling stillness of a prison cell. A lengthy trial ensued, and the verdict left no room for hope. Yaris was sent to death row. As he settled into the grim routine of life on the row, Yaris discovered an unexpected ally in his battle for justice: words. Yaris, once a high school dropout, decided to dedicate his time to learning. He devoured books, educated himself about the legal system, and honed his language skills. His newfound knowledge became his weapon in the fight for justice. Despite being trapped behind bars, Yaris felt an overwhelming sense of empowerment. With every word he read and wrote, his conviction grew stronger. He was not going to be a silent victim. In 2003, after more than 2 decades of relentless appeals and advocacy, Yaris became the 140th person in the United States to be exonerated and released from death row. It was a testament to his resilience and the extraordinary power of words. But Yaris did not stop there. Using the knowledge he had acquired in the darkest times of his life, he became an advocate for those wrongfully convicted. He used his voice to spread awareness about the justice system's flaws and the pressing need for reform. The tale of Nick Yaris serves as an inspiration for those seeking justice against all odds. It is a powerful reminder that knowledge is a weapon that can break through the hardest barriers, and it is a testament to the power of words in reclaiming freedom. As we continue this exploration of unbelievable survival stories, Yaris's journey stands as a beacon of hope. It reminds us of the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to be silenced and the transformative power of knowledge in the pursuit of justice. Nick Yaris's story is more than just a tale of survival. It is a story of redemption and change, powered by an unwavering belief in oneself and the transformative power of words. As we journey further into these remarkable narratives, let us remember that no matter how dire the circumstances, the power of words can light the path towards justice and freedom. Chapter 5. The Persistence of Sonny Jacobs. Imagine living in a world devoid of sunlight, devoid of the warmth and hope it brings. This was the chilling reality for Sonia Sonny Jacobs, a woman who, against all odds, fought her way back into the light. In 1976, Sonny, along with her partner Jesse Tafero, found themselves trapped in a complex web of allegations and courtroom battles. Despite maintaining their innocence, the pair was sentenced to death row, marking the beginning of a 17-year ordeal. Life on death row was harsh and dehumanizing, but Sonny's spirit refused to be caged by the stark prison walls. The prospect of the impending doom failed to extinguish the flame of hope that flickered within her. And from this tiny flame grew a fire of resolve that illuminated the darkest corners of her plight. Sonny's case came into the limelight when compelling new evidence surfaced, casting significant doubt on her conviction. Legal battles ensued, with Sonny's unyielding persistence driving her quest for justice. In 1992, after enduring 17 long years on death row, Sonny's conviction was overturned. Freedom, for so long an elusive dream, became a reality. But her liberation was bittersweet. Though she had finally emerged from the long, dark tunnel, she carried the memory of Jesse, who had been tragically executed in a botched procedure years before her release. Today, Sonny Jacobs is not just a survivor. She is a beacon of hope and an advocate for change. She has dedicated her life to helping those who, like her, are trapped in the convoluted maze of the criminal justice system. Through her experience, she sends a powerful message about the significance of persistence in the face of adversity and the unyielding human spirit's power. The story of Sonny Jacobs is a testament to the power of hope, resilience, and the tireless pursuit of justice. It is a story that showcases the potential of human spirit to rise above despair and carve a path to freedom. As we traverse further into these remarkable tales, let us carry with us the essence of Sonny's journey. It is a potent reminder that persistence in the face of adversity can yield miraculous results. And even when hope seems like a distant speck on the horizon, it is within our reach if we choose to chase it. In the darkest nights, it is persistence that keeps the flame of hope burning, guiding us towards the dawn. Chapter 6. Ray Crone, DNA's Role in Redemption. Embark now on the extraordinary journey of Ray Crone, a man whose fight for justice would not only lead to his redemption but also shine a light on the potential of DNA in ensuring justice. The year was 1991. Crone, a postal worker from Phoenix, was unexpectedly ensnared in a maelstrom of accusations. Despite his unwavering claims of innocence, he found himself on the receiving end of a shocking verdict. The once ordinary man was sentenced to death row, a world far removed from the life he once knew. In the shadowy confines of death row, Crone held steadfast to his belief in his innocence. His determination to fight his conviction became the cornerstone of his existence. He clung on to hope, even as it appeared to be fading with each passing day. As Crone sought ways to overturn his conviction, a ray of hope emerged. In 2002, a decade after his initial sentencing, advancements in DNA testing provided a lifeline. The DNA evidence gathered from the crime scene did not match Crone's genetic profile, a fact that couldn't be overlooked. The new evidence led to a re-examination of Crone's case. His relentless fight, coupled with the irrefutable DNA evidence, led to a groundbreaking victory. Crone was exonerated and released from prison, becoming the 100th person in the United States to be freed from death row due to DNA evidence. As we delve further into these incredible tales of survival, let Crone's story serve as a reminder of the power of persistence and the potential of science in upholding justice. It underscores the importance of embracing advancements like DNA testing to prevent miscarriages of justice and secure freedom for the innocent. Even in the face of dire circumstances, the search for truth must remain unwavering, and science can often serve as a reliable guide on this quest. Chapter 7. The Endurance of Anthony Porter. Dive now into the riveting narrative of Anthony Porter, a man whose name is synonymous with endurance and an unwavering belief in justice. His is a tale that offers a powerful testament to the human spirit's tenacity and the enduring fight for freedom. In 1983, Porter's life was abruptly disrupted when he was implicated in a crime he had not committed. Despite his consistent pleas of innocence, the jury's verdict was irrevocably severe. Porter, now a resident of death row, found himself standing on the precipice of despair. In the grueling confines of his cell, Porter's spirit remained unbroken. His unyielding belief in his innocence was the flame that fueled his resilience, a beacon that guided him through the darkest corners of his ordeal. Porter clung to hope, his faith unwavering even in the face of the impending execution. His faith was not misplaced. In 1998, a group of investigative journalism students from Northwestern University, under the guidance of Professor David Protess, took an interest in Porter's case. They started to scrutinize the details, unraveling a series of inconsistencies that cast doubt on Porter's guilt. His tale is not only one of personal victory, but also an important catalyst for change in Illinois, contributing significantly to the state's decision to suspend the death penalty in 2000. Anthony Porter's endurance and the subsequent fight for his freedom continued to inspire and fuel the push for criminal justice reform. His story reminds us that sometimes endurance isn't just about surviving, it's about sparking change. Chapter 8. Clarence Brandley, Triumph Over Injustice. In this thrilling exploration of unbelievable tales of survival, we encounter the saga of Clarence Brandley, a man whose story is a poignant reminder of the power of truth and the triumph over injustice. In the summer of 1980, Brandley's life was turned upside down. An accusation brought against him resulted in a trial that unfolded in a hurricane of racial prejudice and legal shortcomings. Despite proclaiming his innocence, Brandley was sentenced to death row. The once tranquil life of this Texan school janitor was replaced with the grim reality of his impending execution. Brandley's spirit, however, remained undaunted. With unflinching determination, he stood firm against the winds of injustice. His story echoed through the prison walls, reaching the ears of those willing to listen and believe in his innocence. In 1986, a turning point arrived. Civil rights activist Reverend James McCloskey took an interest in Brandley's case. His organization, Centurion Ministries, set to work, delving into the details of the case. Their investigation unearthed inconsistencies and evidence of racial bias that cast a shadow of doubt over Brandley's conviction. A drawn-out legal battle ensued, marred by the harsh reality of the justice system's deep-seated flaws. But armed with compelling new evidence and buoyed by Brandley's unwavering resolve, the advocates pressed on. Finally, in 1990, Brandley's conviction was overturned, and he walked out of prison a free man. The saga of Clarence Brandley reminds us that even in the face of dire circumstances, the spirit's determination, coupled with the relentless pursuit of truth, can triumph over injustice. As we continue to explore these extraordinary survival stories, we carry with us the indomitable spirit of those like Brandley who stared down the face of death and emerged victorious. Chapter 9. Juan Melendez, The Fight Against Time. As we navigate the captivating narratives of survival and resilience, we approach the extraordinary journey of Juan Melendez, a man whose tale is intertwined with the relentless fight against time. In 1984, Melendez's life took a tumultuous turn. Accusations turned into a trial, and before he knew it, he found himself in the foreboding confines of death row. Despite his pleas of innocence, the clock began to tick towards his execution. In the grim darkness of death row, Melendez remained steadfast. His spirit, unbowed by the verdict, sparked a resilient struggle against the clock. With every tick, his determination to prove his innocence only grew stronger. In his tireless quest for justice, Melendez found an ally in Rosemary Dillard, a legal investigator with the Florida Capital Collateral Representative. Dillard and her team began painstakingly examining Melendez's case, uncovering a series of inconsistencies that cast doubt over his guilt. The team's relentless advocacy led to a stunning revelation in 2000. A confession from the actual perpetrator had been ignored by the courts. This significant piece of evidence breathed new life into Melendez's fight for justice. Finally, in 2002, after 17 grueling years on death row, the courts overturned Melendez's conviction, and he walked out a free man. Today, Melendez is more than just a survivor. He is a voice for change. He has used his story to raise awareness about the flaws in the justice system, advocating for the abolishment of the death penalty. His struggle has become a beacon of hope, inspiring change and fueling the fight against wrongful convictions. The tale of Juan Melendez is a potent reminder that no matter how fierce the struggle or dire the circumstances, the will to fight can lead to astounding victories. As we move on to our final chapter, let's bear in mind the resilience and determination shown by these extraordinary individuals, who, against all odds, managed to survive the brink of death and effect lasting change. Chapter 10. Gary Drinkard, The Power of Truth. As we approach the culmination of this exploration into unbelievable tales of survival, we turn our attention to Gary Drinkard, a man whose life encapsulates the transformative power of truth. In 1993, Drinkard's world was turned upside down when he was implicated in a crime he did not commit. Despite his persistent declarations of innocence, he found himself ensnared by a severe verdict, landing him on death row. His once ordinary life was replaced by the grim specter of impending execution. Yet within the bleak confines of death row, Drinkard's spirit refused to be quelled. His steadfast belief in his innocence sparked a relentless quest for justice, a journey that would echo beyond the prison walls and reach those committed to truth and justice. A crucial breakthrough came in 2000 when the Southern Center for Human Rights took up Drinkard's case. Through diligent investigation, they revealed serious flaws in the prosecution's case, including inadequate representation, coerced testimony, and overlooked evidence. Buoyed by this new evidence and Drinkard's unyielding determination, a lengthy legal battle ensued. The pursuit of justice seemed daunting, but the resolve to reveal the truth remained undeterred. Finally, in 2001, Drinkard's conviction was overturned. After spending almost a decade on death row, he finally embraced the freedom that had so long been denied to him. The tale of Gary Drinkard is an emphatic reminder that truth, no matter how deeply buried, will eventually find its way to the surface. It is the compelling finale to our exploration of unbelievable tales of survival, leaving us with a deeper appreciation of the indomitable human spirit, the transformative power of truth, and the endless pursuit of justice. These unbelievable tales of survival are a testament to human resilience and fortitude, underscoring the fact that even in the face of imminent death, the power of truth, hope, and unyielding spirit can pave the way to survival and justice.